Alongside Dan Mendoza, I'm Sean Wilson, and welcome everyone to Backroom Briefings.
Welcome. How is everyone today?
All good.
Yeah.
Doing good, man.
And you hear the all good voice there. We got a big guest today.
We do.
And I'm pretty happy to have you in our studio today because, and everyone knows this about me. I've talked about it for a very long time. I'm a huge safety person, and I'm a huge accountability person. So having you here is a pretty big deal for me. So thank you for agreeing to come in. And Sean, why don't you tell the guests who's with us today?
We are joined today by our current District Attorney, Ursula Jones Dickson. Welcome to Backroom Briefings. And like Dan, I'm also a lawman, right? I believe that, punishment needs to fit the crime. And for a while there, this county was going in a different direction. And now we seem to be back on track thanks to you and your staff and the work that you've been doing. So appreciate you being here.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, sure. And I mentioned right before we got started that the only podcast I could find with you or YouTube video was Love Thy Lawyer. So I wanted to let you know ahead of time, this podcast is definitely not Love Thy Neighbor or Love Thy Lawyer.
Maybe love thy neighbors, not love thy neighbors.
Yeah, not love thy lawyer. But I do wanted to have you give us a really quick idea of your history. I think a lot of people know, but some people that I talk to are not aware of the fact that you were an assistant DA, then you were a judge. So maybe just a real quick, brief timeline of how you got to where you are today.
Real quick before you do, I have to tell you, and I haven't told you this yet, Dan, but I was in an all men's group a couple weeks ago, and in walks the DA. All men, like 30 just men, like having lunch and being men, right? And in comes Ursula Dickson. And look, she turned that crowd, she almost had some of those men crying with the story that she told of her rise to her prominence of where she's at today. Those men, like, much love for that. That was like, she walked in that and just took command of that room. And everyone in there was like, oh yeah, I can see why she's good at what she does, because she just took control of that room, took control of the situation. And by the end of the day, she could have had them eating out of her hands. I mean, she did a phenomenal job.
He's being too kind. It was an easy crowd.
I was there. It was, you did really well.
Thank you. I, interestingly enough, did spend 15 years at the DA's office as a DA. And then from there, I was appointed to the bench in Alameda County by Jerry Brown, spent 11 years on the bench. And then now I'm in this position. After the recall, there was an appointment. I was appointed to this position. I've spent my entire legal career in Alameda County courts, and it's home. This is what I know. I know it well. I know how the courts work. I know how the DA's office works. I know how the public defender's office works. So these pieces just kind of fit together for me for the good. I'm originally from Southern California, though, so I came here to go to college at the University of California at Berkeley. Go Bears.
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza.
That's where we're going to start?
Yeah.
So many others. I love Fernando, but really? Okay. He left Cal, but all right.
And I don't know if you know that my last name is Mendoza.
I do.
Okay, so,
yes.
I mean, I have to start with that one.
He's a defector a little bit, but we love him.
He is,
love him all the same.
But you know what? The Raiders are defectors. The A's are defectors. I mean,
we have been over the Raiders. I'm from LA too, remember?
Oh, okay.
So they
that's
got
right.
me twice.
Oh, yeah. They got me twice. They got me 3 times.
I was going to say 3 times, actually.
3 times.